Have you ever noticed how life feels effortless when you're in alignment? That sense of flow, where opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, people cross your path at the right time, and your intuition feels razor sharp. That is what many call quantum flow. The state of being so deeply connected to your highest energy that the universe seems to conspire in your favor. But here's the truth most people don't talk about: staying in that state isn't always easy. Fear, doubt, and uncertainty can interrupt the flow in an instant. Imagine you're working on your dream project, everything is falling into place, and then suddenly, fear whispers, "What if you fail?" That single thought can pull you out of alignment and collapse your energy field. In this video, we're going to dive deep into how you can stay aligned in quantum flow even when fear tries to hijack your shift. Because the real mastery is not just reaching flow, but learning to live there consistently. Fear is not your enemy. Let's start there. Fear is simply energy moving through your body, designed to keep you safe. In the world of quantum flow, everything is energy. Thoughts, emotions, even the invisible field around you. When fear arises, it isn't proof that you're failing, it's proof that you're expanding. Why? Because fear usually shows up at the edges of transformation. It's like a guardian at the doorway of your next level. The mistake most people make is resisting fear, pushing it down, or letting it control them. But resistance only amplifies it. Instead, quantum flow invites you to see fear as a signal. A message that you're entering uncharted territory, which means growth is happening. By reframing fear this way, you strip it of its power to disconnect you from flow. Think of fear as fuel. If you know how to channel it, it can actually accelerate your shift instead of stopping it. Picture this: you're meditating, visualizing your dream reality, and you feel incredible alignment. Then, within hours, someone criticizes you, an unexpected bill arrives, or an old self-doubt resurfaces. Suddenly, you're out of flow, questioning yourself. This is the disruption that so many experience on their journey of expansion. The mistake is believing that being knocked out of alignment means you've failed. But in truth, alignment is not about never wobbling, it's about how fast you can return to center. Quantum flow is dynamic, not static. Think of it like surfing. The waves will always come, some calm, some chaotic. If you fall off the board, you don't beat yourself up. You climb back on. The same applies to alignment. Fear may interrupt your shift, but you have the power to shift back faster each time. And the more you practice, the stronger your energetic muscle memory becomes, until fear no longer controls your state. One of the most powerful tools to restore quantum flow when fear interrupts is your breath. Breath is the bridge between your physical body and your energy field. The moment fear strikes, your breathing changes. It becomes shallow, fast, and tight. This signals to your nervous system that danger is near, even if the threat is only in your mind. By consciously shifting your breath, you reclaim control over your state. Deep, rhythmic breathing resets your nervous system, clears stagnant energy, and reopens your flow. In quantum flow practices, breathwork is not just relaxation, it is activation. It literally rewires your frequency. Next time fear interrupts your shift, instead of spiraling into worry, pause. Place your hand on your heart, take a deep inhale through the nose, hold for a few seconds, and exhale slowly. Repeat until you feel your energy soften. This simple practice can instantly pull you back into alignment, because fear cannot survive in a body filled with conscious breath. Staying in quantum flow begins with awareness. Without awareness, fear sneaks in undetected and hijacks your state. But when you become the observer of your thoughts and emotions, you reclaim your power. Imagine sitting in a movie theater, you watch the scenes unfold, you feel the emotions. But you know you are not the character on the screen. In the same way, awareness lets you witness fear without becoming it. This separation is crucial. The moment you say, "I am experiencing fear," instead of, "I am afraid," you shift from victim to master. That small change in language is a massive change in frequency. Awareness doesn't mean ignoring fear. It means shining light on it so it loses its grip. With consistent practice, awareness becomes second nature, and fear turns from an interrupter into a teacher, guiding you toward deeper alignment. The more aware you become, the less fear can control your quantum flow. Every moment you experience is a choice point. You either choose alignment or you choose fear. Most people don't realize how much power they actually have in these micro moments. Fear often disguises itself as logic. Be realistic. Don't take risks. Play it safe. But quantum flow invites you to operate at a higher frequency where your choices are guided by intuition, not fear. Think about this. The reality you live in today is the sum of your past choices. If those choices were mostly fear-driven, then naturally, your results reflect limitation. But the moment you start choosing from alignment, even in the smallest ways, you shift timelines. It's like tuning a radio. When you change the frequency, you hear a completely different song. In the same way, when you change the frequency of your choices, you begin to live a different life. Fear may still knock on your door, but you don't have to invite it in. Instead, you acknowledge it, thank it for its concern, and then choose alignment anyway. That conscious choice is what keeps the flow alive, no matter what. Many people try to stay in flow by repeating affirmations. I am powerful, I am fearless, I am abundant. While affirmations can be useful, they only work if they're embodied. Otherwise, they remain empty words layered on top of fear. Quantum flow is not about forcing your mind to believe something. It's about embodying the frequency of the reality you desire. That means bringing your body, breath, and emotions into harmony with your intention. For example, if fear interrupts your shift with the thought, I'm not good enough, you don't just say, I am enough. You embody enoughness by standing tall, breathing deeply, and feeling gratitude for all you've overcome. When your nervous system feels it, your mind follows. Embodiment is the language the universe understands. It's not about what you say, it's about what you vibrate. The more you practice embodiment, the less fear can interrupt, because your entire being becomes the message, I am aligned no matter what. Fear often shows up when we try to control the outcome of our shift. You visualize your dream, you take action, but then you start obsessing. What if it doesn't work? What if I lose everything? That obsession is fear pretending to be responsibility. But quantum flow thrives in surrender, not control. Imagine a river. The water flows effortlessly, navigating rocks and bends without resistance. If you try to control the river, you create dams that block the current. Fear does the same to your energy. The antidote is trust. Trust doesn't mean doing nothing. It means aligning your actions and then releasing attachment to how and when results appear. When fear interrupts, it's often a sign you're gripping too tightly. Breathe, soften, and remind yourself, the universe knows the way better than I do. By releasing control, you allow synchronicities to guide you. Fear loses its grip because there's nothing left to cling to. Alignment returns when you remember you are the river, not the dam. One of the biggest misconceptions about quantum flow is that alignment requires massive transformation all at once. In reality, it's the micro shifts that keep you in flow. When fear interrupts, you don't need to overhaul your entire life in that moment. You just need to shift your state by 1 degree. Maybe that means stepping outside for fresh air, dancing to your favorite song, journaling your feelings, or calling a supportive friend. These micro shifts recalibrate your frequency instantly. Think of it like adjusting the sails of a boat. One small adjustment can change the entire direction of your journey. Over time, these small corrections compound into huge transformations. Fear may still knock you off balance, but micro shifts make it easier to come back. The more you practice, the less time you spend stuck in fear, and the faster you return to quantum flow. Small steps, consistently repeated, become unstoppable momentum. Fear often arises from subconscious programming, the old beliefs and patterns you absorbed from childhood, society, or past failures. You might consciously want to stay in flow, but your subconscious whispers, you're not worthy. It's not safe. Success isn't for people like you. This hidden programming creates resistance that interrupts your shift. The good news is, the subconscious can be reprogrammed. Practices like meditation, visualization, and energy work help you replace old fear-based programs with new empowering ones. For example, instead of replaying the memory of failure, you can visualize yourself succeeding until it feels real. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It only knows repetition. The more you feed it new stories, the less fear has control. Quantum flow thrives when your subconscious aligns with your conscious desires. That's when you stop sabotaging yourself and start living in coherence. Fear may try to interrupt, but with a reprogrammed subconscious, you simply don't buy the old story anymore. When fear interrupts your shift, one of the fastest ways to return to alignment is gratitude. Gratitude is a frequency, a vibrational state that instantly raises your energy. Fear and gratitude cannot coexist. One dissolves the other. Think about it. Fear says, I might lose, while gratitude says, I already have. Fear points to lack, but gratitude reveals abundance. By consciously shifting into gratitude, you neutralize fear's grip on your mind and body. This doesn't mean you ignore challenges. It means you choose to see the gifts within them. For example, instead of panicking about a financial setback, you might focus on being grateful for the opportunities to learn resilience or creativity. In quantum flow, gratitude acts like a magnet. The more you feel it, the more the universe mirrors it back to you with new blessings and synchronicities. Next time fear knocks, pause and list 5 things you are grateful for right now. Feel that energy in your heart. Notice how quickly your frequency shifts. Gratitude doesn't just realign you with flow. It strengthens your capacity to stay there, no matter what storms arise. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It's an intelligent compass for alignment. When fear interrupts your shift, your body speaks louder than your thoughts. Tightness in the chest, knots in the stomach, tension in the shoulders. These are signals from your body that energy is stuck. Instead of ignoring these sensations, use them as guides. Quantum flow teaches us that the body never lies. If you're out of alignment, your body will tell you. The key is learning to listen. Practices like yoga, movement, or even mindful stretching reconnect you with your body's wisdom. Imagine fear shows up before a big decision. Instead of spiraling in your head, drop into your body. Ask yourself, does this choice expand me or contract me? Expansion feels open, light, and energizing. Contraction feels heavy, closed, and draining. That's your compass. By trusting your body's signals, you bypass fear's mental tricks and return to alignment. The more you practice, the more fluent you become in your body's language, and the less fear can throw you off your path. Here's a radical reframe. What if fear isn't an obstacle but a teacher? Instead of running from fear or fighting it, what if you asked, what are you here to show me? Often, fear points directly to the area of life where your greatest growth is waiting. If you fear speaking up, your soul is calling you to express your truth. If you fear failure, your destiny is tied to courage and bold action. In quantum flow, fear becomes a compass, pointing toward your next level of expansion. This doesn't mean fear feels comfortable. It rarely does. But discomfort is not danger. It's simply the stretching of your identity. The more you lean into fear with curiosity, the faster you grow. Every time fear interrupts your shift, pause and ask, what gift are you holding? Then breathe, listen, and act from alignment. Over time, fear transforms from an enemy into a trusted ally, a signpost on the map of your evolution. When you adopt this mindset, fear no longer interrupts your flow, it deepens it. Quantum flow is not something you do once and forget. It's a lifestyle, and rituals help anchor it into your daily life. When fear interrupts, rituals give you a reliable pathway back to alignment. A ritual could be as simple as morning meditation, journaling, or gratitude practice. It could be dancing, chanting, or spending time in nature. What matters is consistency. Think of rituals as anchors that hold you steady in the storm. For example, if every morning you breathe deeply, set an intention, and visualize your day in flow, you create a frequency that fear struggles to penetrate. Later, when fear arises, returning to that ritual acts like a reset button. The power of ritual is repetition. It reprograms your nervous system and makes alignment your default state. Without rituals, you drift, easily pulled off course by fear. With them, you create a strong energetic foundation. Alignment is not about avoiding fear. It's about having the tools to return quickly when fear shows up. Rituals are those tools, and they make quantum flow sustainable. Staying aligned is much easier when you don't walk the path alone. Fear thrives in isolation, but flow amplifies in community. Think about it when you surround yourself with people who operate from fear. Their energy influences you. Doubt and limitation spread quickly, but when you surround yourself with others who are committed to alignment, courage, and expansion, their energy lifts you higher. In quantum flow, community acts like an energetic container, amplifying your own frequency. This doesn't mean you need hundreds of people. Even one aligned friend or mentor can help you stay on track. When fear interrupts, talking to someone who understands can instantly shift your state. You are reminded that you're not crazy, not alone, and not powerless. If you want to master staying in flow, be intentional about your circle. Seek out communities, masterminds, or even online groups where alignment is the norm. Together, you'll rise faster than you ever could alone. Fear loses its power when it's brought into the light of collective energy. Fear loves to keep you frozen, trapped in hesitation, but quantum flow requires movement. Not reckless action, but courageous action. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of fear. Think of every great breakthrough in history: entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. They all felt fear, but they acted anyway. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who expand is not the fear itself, but the decision to move through it. In quantum flow, every aligned action you take sends a signal to the universe. I am ready. And the universe responds with opportunities, synchronicities, and momentum. Next time fear interrupts your shift, don't wait until it disappears before you act. Take one aligned step anyway. That step doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's sending an email, posting your truth online, or signing up for a course. Action builds evidence, and evidence builds belief. Soon, fear becomes quieter because you've proven to yourself that it cannot stop you. In flow, courage is the bridge between vision and reality. Fear often interrupts because it clashes with your current identity. You've been conditioned to see yourself in a certain way, maybe as someone who plays small, avoids risks, or hides their voice. When you try to shift into a bigger version of yourself, fear screams, "This isn't who you are!" But that's exactly the point. You're becoming someone new. Quantum flow is not just about achieving goals, it's about expanding your identity to match your vision. The more you practice alignment, the more you embody the version of yourself who already lives that reality. Fear will try to pull you back to the old self, but your job is to keep stepping into the new one. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to live in flow? Then embody that person now. Through your choices, your posture, your energy, identity expansion dissolves fear because you no longer see it as threatening, you see it as evidence that you're upgrading. Fear interrupts less and less because you've outgrown the version of yourself it was designed to protect. Another hidden reason fear interrupts alignment is unresolved past pain. Old regrets, betrayals, and failures create emotional residue that keeps you stuck. Fear whispers, "Remember last time you tried? It didn't work." In quantum flow, forgiveness is the key to clearing that residue. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what happened. It means releasing its hold on your energy. When you forgive yourself and others, you free the energy trapped in the past and reclaim it for your present. Without forgiveness, fear uses your history as proof that you can't move forward. With forgiveness, you break that cycle. Imagine forgiveness as clearing the clutter from your energetic field. Suddenly, there's space for flow to move freely again. Start by forgiving yourself for not knowing better, for mistakes, for delays. Then extend forgiveness outward, not for them, but for you. This is not weakness, it is radical strength. The more you practice forgiveness, the lighter you feel, and the less fear can interrupt. Forgiveness creates alignment because it sets you free. Fear thrives on time travel. It drags you into the past with regret or pushes you into the future with worry. But quantum flow exists only in the present moment. Here and now is where alignment happens. When fear interrupts, check in with yourself. Am I here, or am I lost in what was or what might be? Returning to the present is the simplest yet most powerful way to dissolve fear. You can do this through mindful awareness, noticing your breath, your surroundings, the sensations in your body. When you anchor into the now, fear loses its grip because most of its stories cannot survive the present moment. In reality, right now you are safe. Right now you are capable. Right now flow is available. The more you train yourself to live in the present, the less fear can distract you with illusions. Flow isn't something you wait for, it's something you enter right now, with awareness, intention, and presence. Alignment is always one breath away. Staying aligned in quantum flow, even when fear interrupts, is not about perfection, it's about mastery. Mastery doesn't mean fear disappears forever, it means fear no longer rules your choices. You've learned to see fear as energy, to breathe through it, to anchor in gratitude, to lean on rituals, to expand your identity, and to act with courage. With these tools, you stop fearing the interruptions and start trusting your ability to return to alignment quickly. That is true mastery. Imagine living life where fear still whispers, but you no longer listen. Instead, you hear the louder voice of your soul guiding you in flow. That's where miracles happen, opportunities you never imagined, synchronicities that blow your mind, a reality that reflects your highest self. Quantum flow isn't about escaping fear. It's about transcending it. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Fear will come, yes. But now you know how to stay aligned, how to return to flow, and how to live as the creator of your reality. That is the art of staying aligned in quantum flow, no matter what.